Good morning, dear students. Welcome back to the class. We'll start the class with a moment of silent prayer. A very good morning to all of you. In the previous class, we have seen about the syllabus and we have seen about the why performance management will be useful, how this performance management will be useful for you while you are doing your business or while you are performing your jobs. This is what we have seen in previous class. And Unit 1 talks about different types of cost related information is going to be learned in the first unit. Out of it, the first topic was marginal costing. So what actually this marginal costing means? Marginal costing means marginal, the name itself, it was representing that. The word itself means that marginal means extra. Something if you have spent more than what you expected to produce more goods, then it is considered to be as a marginal costing. Or else the cost that has been incurred to produce the additional goods is considered to be as a marginal costing. So when it comes to the features of marginal costing, what we are going to see in the marginal costing was we are going to differentiate the fixed cost and the variable cost. So there is an accurate division of total cost into fixed cost and variable cost. So previously, before this marginal costing concept was not there, they used to see the amount whatever that has been spent is going to be considered to be as a total cost. After coming this marginal costing concept, the total cost has been divided into fixed and variable cost. And while we are calculating the cost for while your calculation in the calculation we are going to take into consideration only variable cost to estimate the cost, to estimate the sales, to estimate the profit, to find out contribution. So for all these things, even to find out break even point, whatever, while you are calculating through marginal costing, we are going to take into consideration the valuation of variable cost only. In the marginal costing, we are going to return off the fixed cost. And before we go for fixing the prices, prices is going to be fixed based on marginal cost and contribution. Sales minus variable cost is considered to be as a contribution that we will come to know in the next class. So to fix the price is going to be fixed based on the marginal cost, additional cost that has been incurred and marginal contribution, additional contribution, both is going to be considered to fix the price. So prices are based on marginal cost and marginal contribution. And also it combines the techniques of cost recording and reporting. You people are very know, I think you are well known about definitions of economics, accounts, sorry, definitions of accounts. It is all about recording, analyzing. So out of this, when you take the cost concepts, cost techniques are going to be used as cost recording and reporting. So marginal cost, the main purpose of doing marginal cost is to find out it is the technique that is going to be used for cost recording and reporting. When it comes to the applications of marginal costing, to make any decisions, it is easier to make decisions when you use the marginal cost techniques. Decision regarding make or buy. Suppose you are manufacturing a product, you want raw material. Raw material is going to be manufactured by your own, or else raw material can be taken from the supplier. Raw material can be produced by your own, or else you can get it from the supplier. So if you get the raw material from the supplier, is it better, or it will give more profits, or you can reduce the cost if you get the raw material from supplier, or else if you produce the raw material, then it will reduce the cost. Which one is good for you, to make raw material or to buy raw material? Decisions regarding make or buy, decisions regarding fixation, decisions regarding cost cutting, all these things can be finded out by using the marginal costing. So this all technique to take a decision regarding make or buy, to take a decision regarding price fixation, to take a decision regarding cost cutting, you need to do cost analysis. After doing the cost analysis, you can fix the price. After doing the cost analysis, you can reduce the cost. After doing the cost analysis, see, these all things can be done through cost analysis. So to make a decisions, it required to go to analyze the cost. How we are going to do the cost analysis? This what we are going to learn in the performance management subject. Managerial costing is a technique of cost analysis. And through managerial costing, we can find out profit planning. We can plan how much profit that you are expecting. To get that much of profit, how much cost you need to spend, how many number of goods you need to produce. All these things can be finded out by using the marginal costing techniques. I'm expecting some 5 lakh rupees profit for my business. If I am expecting 5 lakh rupees profit, how many number of units I need to produce? How many number of products I need to manufacture so that I can get 2 lakh rupees profit? You purchased a pen for 10 rupees and you are selling it for 12 rupees. You purchased a pen for 10 rupees and you are selling it for 12 rupees. The total units, pen units in your hand was 5. Then your profit will be 10 because 2 rupees profit. So you expected to get 10 rupees profit and you have 5 units with you. With 5 units, you are getting 10 rupees profit. If I want to get 20 rupees profit, how many number of units I need to produce? 10 units. If I want to get 30 rupees profit, how many number of units I need to produce? 15 units. If I want to get 2 lakh rupees profit, how many number of units I need to produce? These all things is going to be find it out by using the marginal costing. It also helps in evaluating the performance of the organization. So where we are going to apply marginal costing techniques. We are not going to use the marginal costing technique to prepare a funds flow statement. We are not going to use the marginal costing technique to prepare an income statement, petty cash, all other things. To prepare all these things, we are not going to use marginal costing. Where you are going to apply the marginal costing. You are going to apply the marginal costing to make decisions, to do cost analysis, to plan the profit, and to evaluate the performance of the organization. These are all where you can apply the marginal costing. Limitations. Whatever we are doing in marginal costing, everything is correct, or we are avoiding certain things, assuming few things, and calculating and going for calculation. Yes, we are avoiding few things, we are assuming few things, and we are going for calculation in marginal costing. Whatever the things that we are avoiding, whatever the things that we are assuming, all these things are considered to be as a limitations of marginal costing. So when it comes to the expenses, fixed cost separately, variable cost separately, we are calculating. Is that true? Dividing the cost into fixed and variable and finding how much fixed cost you are spending per unit, how much variables cost you are spending per unit. Finding like this, is that assumption is really correct? So in practically many experiments, they are showing that that is a wrong assumption of classification of expenses. Dividing the cost into fixed and variable is a wrong assumption, even semi-variable. So that is one of the limitation of marginal costing. And we are not going to talk about today I started business by investing 10 lakh rupees 2021. I started manufacturing the good. I purchased machines. I purchased a building, land, everything to start the manufacturing in 2021. But I stopped it manufacturing the goods. I started it again on 2031 after 10 years. What are the mission that I have purchased in 2021 will have the same value on 2021, 31, sorry. The mission is going to get depreciation. Building value may increase. Land value may increase. Some of the cost is going to increase and some of the cost is going to decrease based on the time factor. Time is a big factor that may makes the cost increase or decrease. Whenever we are calculating the cost, it is required to take time factor as a big factor that also influences the cost. That also influences the cost. But in marginal costing technique, we are not going to give much attention to the time factor. And what are the marginal costing technique that we are using? It is not applicable to all type of industries. We have micro industries, macro industries, small industries, large industries, cottage industries. We have different types of industries, and it is not applicable to the all type of industries. Moreover, this can be applied in larger scale industries, and it is also considered to be as one more limitation of marginal costing. It says that fixed expenses are controllable. Yes, we know that fixed expenses is fixed and it is not going to change. But it is not true always. If you are paying rent, your rent may be same for 5 years. After that, it may change. You may say that you invested some 1 lakh rupees on machinery, and that 1 lakh rupees is fixed. After 2 or 3 days, any uncertainty was happened, your missions get your missions are not started working or spoiled. What you have to do? You have to purchase new machines or to go for repair. So that is not considered to be as fixed. That is not fixed as fixed expenses. We say that they are controllable, but fixed expenses are uncontrollable in few situations. So, in marginal costing, we are taking that fixed expenses are controllable. It's not true all the time. All the time, fixed expenses are not controllable. Sometimes these fixed expenses also uncontrollable. So, while you are doing calculation also, whatever the calculation part that we are doing, it is not that much comfortable and considered to be as convenient to do. And related to the stock and work progress, we are not going to speak much in the marginal costing about a stock and work in progress. Whatever the calculations that we are going to do in marginal costing are considered to be as a limited output, and we are not considering all the factors that influences the production cost. These are the limitations that are there for marginal costing. And certain equations that we used to find out the marginal cost techniques was sales is equal to variable cost plus fixed cost plus profit, and sales minus variable cost is equal to contribution. Same equation, same first equation. If you make left hand side things to right hand side and right hand side things to left hand side, it will be converted as a sales minus variable cost is equal to fixed cost plus profit. Again, the second equation, sales minus variable cost is equal to contribution. In this, if you make sum of the things To move left hand to right hand to left hand, again you will get variable cost is equal to sales minus contribution. And one more equation we are going to use here is contribution is equal to fixed cost plus profit, or else we can say contribution minus fixed cost is equal to profit. Out of the five equations, if you observe, there are only three equations mainly need to be kept in mind. Sales is equal to variable cost plus fixed cost plus profit. So, so main thing that we have to keep in mind is sales is equal to variable cost plus fixed cost plus profit. This is one equation. And very important equation to do calculations is sales minus variable cost is equal to contribution. And one more equation that we need to keep in mind is contribution is equal to fixed cost plus profit. So these are the three equations. Somehow, if we want to find out profit, we may make it as contribution minus fixed cost. If you want to find out fixed cost, you may make it as a contribution minus profit. Like LHS side things is going to be sent to RHS, and RHS side things is going to be sent to LHS to find out individual items according to the given data. So this is about marginal cost, marginal costing. So anybody have any doubts? Dear students, anybody have any doubts? The name of the chapter was marginal costing. Naina has asked it out related to what is the name of the chapter. This chapter name was marginal costing. Dear students, are you able to follow me? Are you able to understand what I am teaching? Dear students, please respond. That what I am telling, the unit name was marginal costing. Dear students, are you able to understand? This is my first class for all of you. May know, are you able to understand whatever I was teaching? Or else are you facing any difficulty to understand the concept? If you share that to me, I will change my style of teaching. If you are okay with this, please respond. Yes, sir, we are able to understand. Few of you said that yes, sir, yes, sir. Okay. Yes, 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 yes. Thank you, dear students. Thank you. Anybody have any doubts in any point that I have discussed with you? Stebino BS, Stebino 2A8416, Stebino 2A8416. Will you please unmute yourself? Stebino, my voice. Are you able to listen my voice, Stebino? Vikrant Ganesh. Okay. I'll move to the next topic if you don't have any doubts. You cannot see some parts of PPT. Ah? Oh, really? What happened? Why? I think, see, this letter was clear. All the letters are clear. Ashish, can you unmute yourself? Ashish? Oh, okay, okay. You cannot unmute yourself. Yes. Ashish, you can unmute yourself.
Morning, sir. Can you hear me, sir?
Dear students, anybody have any doubts? Can I move to the next topic? Okay. No problem, Stebino. No problem. Anyway, can I move to the next topic, dear students?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Ashish, what you want to say? You want to say yes? Why means I didn't understand. Okay, thank you. So I hope this concept was clear to all of you. Then I'll move to the next concept. Give me some time to share my PPT. Dear students, if you have any doubts or if there is any network issues or any problem, please bring to my consideration. Please bring to my notice. I will consider. Okay. But Mohammed, you want anything?
No, sir. It got unmuted by mistake. I pressed
Okay.
the mic.
Okay, sure. Okay. Okay, I'm moving to the next topic. The very important
Sir, I
concept
have
of
network
the
problem right now.
who is that? Okay. I'll move to the next concept, that is cost volume profit analysis. Okay. This is very important concept. As I told you in the first class, the performance management subject, whatever that you are going to learn, most of the concepts of performance management system, and particularly the concepts of unit 1 marginal costing unit, the unit name was marginal costing, and this marginal costing unit, in this unit, whatever you are going to learn, application oriented knowledge you have already gained, and now whatever that you are learning, this will be helpful for the application. You have to apply the knowledge, whatever you have learned now, and whatever you are going to learn in cost volume profit analysis is completely practical oriented. What actually the cost volume analysis means? If you see the word cost volume, if you see the word cost volume analysis, it consists of three important elements. One is cost, and another one is
Volume.
volume, and another one is
Profit.
profit. You
Sir,
can see
let's talk a
three
bit.
words in this. One is cost, and another one is volume, and another one is profit. Cost, volume, profit analysis, what we are going to do is we are going to work out with the cost, and we can decide how much volume we need to produce to get the required profit. So we are going to analyze the cost. After analyzing the cost, we are going to decide how much of volume need to be produced to get certain level of profit. This is what cost to volume, this is what we are going to do in the cost volume profit analysis. And coming to the meaning of cost volume profit analysis, the cost volume analysis consists of, as I told you, it consists of three important elements. One is cost, second one is volume, and profit. We use this cost volume analysis to explore the relationship that was existing among the cost, revenue, activity level that results to the profit. So you can make out the meaning from the name itself, cost volume profit analysis. What you are going to do in the cost volume profit analysis? We are going to explore the relationship between cost, volume, activity that we are going to perform, which results to the profit. And we are also going to check out the, if there is any variation, if there is any variation in the cost, there will be a change in the profit or not. Will there will be a change in the profit or not? That also we are going to check out in the cost volume profit analysis. If cost varies, then profit also varies. How much the cost changes, the change in the cost, how much it was affecting the profit that we are making. That is going to be checked in cost volume analysis. In simple, if I want to say what is cost volume analysis, it explores the relationship between cost, revenue, and profit. Cost, revenue, and profit. That is what we are going to see in cost volume analysis. Before we go and see and learn about the cost volume analysis, we have to know about three terms. One is fixed cost. What is the fixed cost? We all people know that fixed cost is the cost that is not going to change in a short period of time. For your better understanding, I will tell you one example. Suppose you are residing in a house. See, we all people will reside in a house. See, whatever the electricity bill that you are going to receive per month, it completely divided into two parts. One is minimum charge. Minimum charge. Whether you use the electricity or you won't use the electricity, you have to pay some minimum charge. This minimum charge is not going to change in a short run. This minimum charge may change in long run. It is not going to change in short run. You use or you may not use the electricity. You have to bear this minimum charge amount. So whatever the amount that is fixed and whatever the cost that is going to be incurred for a period of time, that is said to be as a fixed cost. The cost which is incurred for a period of time. And the cost that is going to be incurred for a period of time within certain output and turnover limits. It means that my fixed cost was my fixed cost was 10 lakh rupees. My fixed cost was 10 lakh rupees. Now, at this time, I'm going to produce some 200 units. I'm going to produce some 200 units when my fixed cost was 10 lakh rupees. Now I was expanding my business. That means instead of producing 200 goods, now I want to produce 1000 units. When you want to produce 1000 units instead of 200 units, you need to expand your business. That is why this fixed cost, whichever that has been incurred, will be fixed for a certain output and turnover limits. And most of the time, it is not going to be affected by any fluctuations. That is unaffected by fluctuations. If any level of activity changes, that won't seen in the fixed cost. So fixed cost will be the same for different activities. Okay. Suppose for an example, it may be the rent that you are paying. Okay. So it may be the insurance that you are paying for factory building, whatever the insurance that you are paying for factory building, it may be insurance that you are paying. And fixed cost will remain same for a different level of production. So fixed cost in simple, if I want to say what is fixed cost is the cost which is not affected by level of activity, okay, for a certain period of time. If you observe this graph, this total cost was there, fixed cost was given. If you observe this graph, at 100, to produce 100 on x-axis, we have taken units, on y-axis, we have taken amount. So what are the numbers here? 100, 200, 300, 400, 800 is the number of units produced. What are the figures here 50,000, 1 lakh, 1 lakh 50, all these figures are amount that has been spent. So to produce 100 units, the fixed cost that has been spent, the fixed cost that has been spent was in between 1 lakh and 50,000. Let it be taken as 75,000. So the amount that you are spending to produce 100 units is 75,000. If you go and see the amount that you are spending, the fixed cost that you are spending to produce 200 units is also 75,000. The amount that you are using to spend to produce 400 units, the cost, the fixed cost that you are spending to produce 400 units, it is also 75,000 rupees. Even to produce 800 units, the fixed cost, whatever you are spending, is same as 75,000 rupees. So fixed cost will be the same for any level of production for a particular period of time. And the next thing was variable cost. If you say about the variable cost varies according to the activity. If you increase the level of production, variable cost also increases. If you decrease the level of production, variable cost also decreases. As I told you, minimum charge, minimum charge on electricity, minimum charge on electricity is fixed. But the total electricity bill, the total bill of electricity is consists of two items. One is minimum charge plus number of units you have been used. Number of units you have been used. So this number of units cost, whatever the cost that you are going to spend on the number of units, is completely in the hands of you. The number of units that you are spending is completely in the hands of you. If you increase spending number of units, then the total bill will increase. If you decrease spending, if you increase number of units, bill also increases. If you decrease number of units, then the total bill also decreases. So the total bill completely depends upon two items. One is minimum bill and the number of units produced. Minimum bill will be same for all the number of units that you are using. But if you increase the number of units, bill will increase. If you decrease the number of units, bill will decrease. That is what we are also stating here in this definition of variable cost. So any increase in the activity results to increase in the variable cost. If you increase the production, variable cost is also going to increase. It is completely based on the volume of the activity. It is completely based on the volume of the activity. So variable cost is the cost that changes according to the, that is going to change according to the volume of activity. So variable cost, these costs tend to be vary, not very, it is vary. So it tend to be vary with the volume of activity. and vice versa. If you decrease, if you increase, variable cost will increase. If you decrease, variable cost will decrease. So the cost of labor, if you increase the labor, cost of labor will increase. The cost of material, if you increase using of material, variable cost will increase. This is variable cost. If you see the graph of variable cost, if you observe the graph, in the graph, it was clearly seen that again here also in x-axis we have taken number of units, in y-axis we have taken amount that has been spent. Okay, so if you observe the graph, in this graph you can clearly see that whenever the number of units is going to increase, there is an increase in the variable cost. To produce 100 units, the cost was 10,000. To produce 100 units, the variable cost that you are spending was 10,000. Okay. And to produce 200 units, to produce 200 units, the cost that you are spending was 20,000 units. Okay. And to produce 300 units, the cost that you are spending was 30,000 rupees. When it was 100, 10,000. When it was 200, 20,000. When it was 300, 30,000. When it was 400, 40,000. If you observe increasing production, increasing the cost. Increasing production will increasing the cost. And decreasing in production will decrease the cost. So the total variable cost depends upon the number of units that you are producing. If I produce 800 units, then my cost was 80,000 rupees. So if number of units was increasing, cost increasing because of number of units that are producing was increasing. So this is variable cost. So when you talk about the semi-variable cost, it is the combination of both fixed and variable cost. Up to some extent, even the variable cost won't change. Up to some extent of production, the variable cost may not change. After that extent, the variable cost may change. So that is why there is one more concept was there which talks about the semi-variable cost. So the semi-variable cost, these costs contain both fixed and variable. Semi-variable cost contains both fixed and variable components. It is completely depends upon the level of activity. So up to 100, if I want to make previously, now it was unlimited data per day data. If you recharge, for an example, I'm saying if you recharge for 300 rupees, recharge for 300 rupees, you can utilize 2 GB data. if you recharge for 300 rupees, you can utilize 3 GB data. 300 rupees. If you recharge for 300, you can utilize 2 GB. You may use 1 GB. You have used only 1 GB. Can you say to the operator that I have used only 1 GB per day? I please return my money. Can you say like that? Up to 3 GB, up to 2 GB you can use, and to use up to 2 GB you have to pay 300 rupees. This 300 is fixed up to the 300 cost is fixed to use 2 GB data. You may use 1 GB, you may use 1.5 GB, you may use 0.5 GB. How much you may use per day? You have to pay 300. If I exceed 2 GB, what I have to do? When I exceed using of 2 GB, if I exceed, if now my usage instead of 2 GB, today I want to use more than 2 GB, today I want to use 2.5 GB. For this 0.5 GB, you have to pay extra amount. For this 0.5 GB, you have to pay extra amount. Whatever the extra amount that you are spending, and if you observe up to 2 GB, it was a fixed component. After 2 GB, it was a variable component. This type of cost spending, this type of cost we are going to call it as semi-variable cost. Up to some extent it was fixed, and after some extent it was variable. It consists of both fixed and variable components. Okay, is this clear? If you observe the graph, if you observe the graph, up to 100 and 200, the amount that you are spending was 10,000 rupees. If exceeds 200, the amount that you are spending is 25,000. After, still if you increase your spending, the amount that you are spending was some 32,500, or it may be 35,000. Let it be 35,000. Still, if you increase spending, the amount that you are spending may reach to 40,000. But in between 100 and 200, to produce 100 and 200 units, the cost was same. If you exceeds 200 and if you move on, then it will reaches to 25,000. Still, if you exceed to 500 to 600, still it increases to 35,000. Up to some extent, it was constant. After that, the cost is going to increase. Dear students, anybody have any doubts to be clarified? Just I will share the screen once again. So this is the cost volume profit analysis concept. Any doubt in this? Any doubt in this slide? Dear students, will you please turn on your videos? I just told you to turn on your videos, not to prepare your hair, not to prepare your dress, not to prepare some other things. After starting the video, you only everything comes into mind. You have to be very neat. Before video, however you are, it is okay. After, before you show your face to someone, it should be proper. Before that, however it may be, it is okay. It's not like that. You are living for yourself, not for others. Okay. Yes. Can any one of you tell me difference between semi-variable and variable cost? How much you understood about semi-variable and variable? Some of your friend asked me, sir, you are going very slowly. See, my pronunciation or whatever, my delivery of speech was very slow. Yes, some of you may, if I speak, if my speech was with in a speed way, that means a high fluency, without taking gap. If I speak, some of you may not understand. That's why I'll speak while I was teaching. I will speak very slowly. Is that fine? I think whoever is asked that to me, I think hope you can understand. Right? Please, any one of you tell me uh, what you understood about variable cost. It's not that I call your name and you respond. Please respond. Any one of you, what you understood about variable cost? 2 minutes left. Let me, please inform me, please tell me that are you able to understand my class? Is there anything need to be changed? Except that teaching with very too slow, going with too slow. Because when we are dealing with problems, if I go fast, you may not understand. Now this is theory part, okay. When I'm going with problems, this type of style is required to explain the problems. Okay. So anybody want to give any suggestions to me regarding my teaching? Is it fine? Please respond. You can unmute yourself. Are you able to unmute yourself? If you don't want to speak out, at least respond in the chat box so that I can understand whether you are able to understand my concept or not. Are you comfortable with me or not? All of you are comfortable with my teaching? Yes, 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 yes. Yes, sir, comfortable, sir. Okay, dear students. Thank you. Thank you for participating in the class. Have a nice day and a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.